everybody. Welcome to Dungeons and Drams. We're off to a great start today. So this is a game where a bunch of your favorite whiskey tubers and Daffy get together and drink whiskey and play Dungeons and Dragons. So thank you guys all for joining us here tonight. We are a little bit light, but that will be corrected shortly. Jason's going to be joining us probably in about 10 minutes at this point. Daffy is here, but she is elected to not be on camera, just things. So we have Ed and Clifton here to, grace you with their visible presence. So let's start with Clifton today. So Clifton, real quick. Well, actually, you know what? Let's even do this. Okay. At the end of the last episode, everybody leveled up. I forgot to say it right at the very end, but of course I let everybody know in the Discord, which, by the way, if you're not in the Discord, you should join us. You can find a link to that. Somebody will post it real quick in the chat. But everybody leveled up to level 3. And just because level 3 is such a significant thing, we don't have to talk too much about like some of the spells you took, but I think it'd be cool to let people know what subclass or what specialization you decided to take. So take it away, Clifton.
Ooh, I forgot what mine's called. Give me a second.
Take it away, Ed.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, I decided to go. Well, I was thinking, so my guy is definitely not based on Zorro at all.
Not at all.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys got that reference or not. I mean, I don't think I was very, very subtle with it. But I decided to go with the Battle Master. The Battle Master path. And because I did that, I get a bunch of fun little weird things I get to do during a fight. So I get maneuvers, which are very... I really wanted to do this because I don't know if it's going to be the best build, but it's going to be very fluffy and fun. So I have Disarming Attack, so I can knock somebody's blade out of their hand. I have Parry, so I can parry damage away from myself. And this is my favorite. I'm going to have fun with this one. Goading Attack.
Oh,
basically,
yes.
I'm gonna run up and stab somebody and try to piss them off enough that they only pay attention to Noro. which is very much in character. I'm very excited to be able to taunt monsters with my Goading Attack.
I was extremely happy when I saw that you picked that for one of your maneuvers. I was going to say sorry, I played with a bard one time who was great at being a bard. And it was very entertaining. It was always very entertaining, especially his vicious mockery. So I suspect as much from you. This, by the way, is Daffy's boyfriend, so she's proud right now. So.
He's very clever with his vicious mockery.
Very. So Knobolas, what's your deal?
So I was going to say mine's kind of actually the opposite of Ed's, which actually might work out really interesting. So at my third level, I had bestowed to me a gift from my otherworldly patron, which we don't know exactly who that is yet. I mean, I do, but I mean, Knobolas does, but you guys don't. But I got to choose from three different packs, and I went with the Pact of the Tome. Is it Tome?
Yep.
So that actually lets me draw from the Book of Shadows, and I'm able to take on some cantrips from other classes that I didn't have access to before.
Oh.
So one of I don't know if I want to spoil them fully, but like some of these are going to be.
Don't. Mostly, I just wanted to know people to know that you took the Pact of the Tome.
So there's that.
All the little things that you've got, those will be fun to pull out. So.
And Bill, I want to just real quick. I'm noticing my character on Foundry is still level 2, so I don't know if you need to re-import him. Sorry, I was looking for my spells. I'm like, wait a minute, where'd they go?
I'm glad you said something. I'm doing that right now.
Also, I wanted to just say what I'm drinking. I'm drinking a very tall gin and or juice. And this is a little exciting for me. And I was going to announce this on my channel, but I'm going to say it now because I'm just too excited. This is actually the first thing I've distilled. I'm a distiller now. Kind of a big announcement. I'm over at a little distillery here in Wisconsin called Dog and Shrub. And I actually made this gin myself. So
You're the Ed Distiller, right?
I'm the Ed Distiller. I'm kind of excited. I'm having so much fun. I just finished up my first production week, and I am super into it. I'm having the greatest time. So look forward to seeing that I'll be talking more about that on my Patreon and on the YouTube. So
that's awesome.
Excellent.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Woo! The most enthusiasm I've had in about 48 hours, so you should be thrilled.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
So Daffy, for your level 3 upgrades, what did you go for?
So with Daffy at level 3, that's a really important time for a paladin because that's when I can take my sworn oath. So I went with the Oath of the Ancients. Something I've been alluding to before with Daffy is that she is very much so about nature and loving the trees and the planet and the earth. And that's basically what Oath of the Ancients binds her to, is just upholding light and all that is good in the world and all things that give life. So it's going to be really fun to bring that out some more with her character.
Awesome.
Daffy truly is the best of us.
She is alive, like figuratively and literally, because like
well, in hindsight too, I'm not sure that it was 100% characteristic for Daffy to support the burning down of that tree.
Oh, sure. that was just Agnomeio running off.
He was super he was certain he was going to do that. We didn't have any influence on that.
Let's like, let it happen. Tree or saving a little precious gnome baby. I mean,
yeah.
Brand, we would do anything for that little guy. Torque Brand. Torque monster.
Oh my god. Well, so let me pause for 1 second, only because I want to pose a question to the audience. So I got both of the new Jack Daniels bottles today. So I have the triple mash and the bonded. Which one should I crack open first? Now back to the Twerk brand thing. So as always, I was re-listening to the episode because I don't try to take any notes while I'm playing because I have enough stuff going on. So I try to take notes after the fact. And as I'm doing this, I just the amount of different names so there was one night that Jason definitely had way too much to drink, and he instead of just Twerk Brand or even any of the other names, he literally just called him Twerk Dick. He's like we gotta go find that Twerk Dick guy. I don't know, I lost it. That was really good. So we got triple mash. Oh, and a bonded. So I'm gonna have to wait for people to respond here.
I will say the only one I've had was bonded, but I've heard great things about triple mash. So I mean, you're gonna drink both of them tonight, I imagine. So.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I'll mention what I was drinking. So I wanted to try out. So I haven't had a muddled old fashioned since I was in college because that was the way that everywhere made it. But actually, you know what? It's a nice change of pace, especially because it's super hot today. So I kind of like the extra little bit of sweetness from the orange. But I also grabbed a bottle of Wild Turkey 101 because I think John Kranz was drinking it in the chat. So fresh crack bottle for you, John.
Oh my gosh, I have Wild Turkey 101 on hand at all times because that is said boyfriend's drink of choice. He does that and a little bit of a Pepsi Zero to unwind from a hard day at work, that type of thing. So
he's got good taste. I always keep it on hand too. This is actually a brand new bottle, so I did have a handle before this, but I bought a smaller one this time.
And when I say a bottle, I totally mean a handle.
Okay,
I always have a handle in the house. It's good.
Awesome.
It's always refreshing.
It's wild that Wild Turkey was not well appreciated 20 years ago.
Every time I buy it at the liquor store, there's always some older guy in the aisle oh God, Wild Turkey 101. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, I drank that in college. I threw up so many times because of it. I guess people just drink because it was high proof. I don't know. That would definitely in college for me. Everyone just drank Jack and Cokes or Fireball.
Yeah. Jack and Coke was definitely my go-to in college for sure.
That's classier than any of my college go-tos. Rubinoff. Mad Dog 2020. Those nasty.
Oh, wow, you went hard.
I went to Zoomass Slamhurst, aka UMass. We're not known for making classy drinking decisions or any of that sort of stuff.
It's also where my wife went. So.
Oh.
Hey, Katie.
Yep.
See, when I was going through college, it was right in the middle of the big flavored vodka boom, and everybody was drinking cake vodka and blue raspberry vodka. I knew a kid who would just sit there with a handle of blue raspberry vodka and a gallon of milk and just switch between them.
No. To be fair, was it UV blue? Because I definitely drank a lot of that.
Yes, it was UV blue. It was UV blue. Yeah.
I also, when I turned 21, the first thing we did was bought a bunch of mini bottles of all these different flavors of vodkas. We wanted to explore our palates. Oh, man, those were not the days.
When I turned 21, the first drink that I got was an Allagash White, and it was such a nice, refreshing beer. Yeah.
Wait, what is that?
I
It's
forget.
a
I think it's a
wheat beer.
lager,
It's
right?
very light.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a cocktail or something. I was like, ooh, that sounds
Oh
fancy.
no,
It does sound like a good cocktail name, though.
it does
does.
for sure.
Oh,
So I ended up going with the triple mash.
oh how is
I'm
it?
fully expecting this thing to pretty much just taste like a higher alcohol Jack Daniels, but I can smell it from here, and it definitely smells like JD, like even before actually smelling it. So I'm not gonna
Well, the
do any
story with
little
that one,
notes,
right?
but-
It's sorry, it's like a blend of like 3 different of their products, right? It's like their.
I actually know nothing about it. Blend of bonded
Well,
American
I'll
malt,
tell you what I know,
rye,
but
and
it's
Tennessee whiskeys.
yeah,
All
there
right.
you go. Yeah,
Yeah,
so they
no, I-
actually blended 3 different products together, like the mash bills, and like it's like legitimately like a different product. It's not just like they like added a little bit of something to it. Like I'm really curious I haven't had it yet, so.
Little thinner than I'd expect at 50, but really good on the finish. Like heavy with the rye. I'm curious what the rye involvement is here. I'm gonna have to figure that out, but it's good. First sip, like very good. This is, yeah. Short answer is I like it so far.
And for the price, right? It's only like 30-ish, right?
You know what's funny? I didn't even look because I just saw them and I knew I had to have them because if I don't do a review on them soon, then I'm like I've already basically missed the boat. So
I did too. That's why I didn't buy it either. I know I missed the.
But I also am just like, yeah, people like it. Like people will always search for Jack Daniels. So
Sure. Good point. I'm just reading some of the people in the chat, like what their go-to in college. Adriana at Whiskey Mountain says whiskey sours are my go-to, but with bottle mix. I drank a lot of those. As I was learning that I liked whiskey, I definitely did a lot of that, but that definitely wasn't my starting thing. And then John Krantz said a plastic handle of vodka.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
yeah. There's a lot of that. I remember I did a lot of what was it, Old Thompson and Clan McGregor, because I even back then I was drinking whiskey. It was just really, really cheap whiskey.
Jason's here. Excellent.
Hey, Jason.
Hey guys.
Oh, hold on. I have him muted. Hold on, that's my fault.
We're live right now, by the way.
Yes, we are live, Jason.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Cool. Hey, well, take a minute, take a breath. I'm sure you were hurrying. I appreciate it.
Yes, I was rushing.
Hopefully everything is good. Pour yourself a little drinky poo. And
A drinky poo.
We're talking about all our college drinks that we drank, and then Ben says Captain Coke. Yeah, I like Captain Coke though. I actually still drink that.
Yeah, I know. Actually, I was talking about. So I have a new boss for the 12th time in 9.5 years, so I tend to have very similar conversations with a lot of them. But anyway, so we were talking about bourbon, and he was like, I really just like a Jack and Coke, and I thought to myself, I'm like, okay, that tells me a lot, but also I really just like a Jack and Coke sometimes, like a lot of times.
Yeah.
Or really, I'll take any bourbon I want to drop and dump it into some Coke, and it really just sits well.
Sure.
So Jason, only because we've all done it as well, except for me who didn't level up. Talking about, so when you hit your 3rd level as a character, you pick your path that's going to define your character for good.
That's
so without
right.
giving too much away about any of the individual things that you chose, how about if you let people know which track you went down?
So out of all the choices, I did some research, and the one that seemed the most fun was an arcane trickster.
Awesome.
So the way it was kind of described, the way I read it, think magically enhanced sneaky thief.
Yeah, that's pretty much right.
Just what Alessio needs.
Yeah. I feel like it plays well into my dark and mysterious type of persona. There's a lot of like fun things I could do to help gain items for the crew. But you guys will see it all in action as we play. But the arcane trickster definitely, piqued my interest, and I was like, man, between the rogue being part elf and then getting this arcane trickster worked in, character is badass unless before Bill kills me with another moss creature.
So I was just saying I often re-listen to the episodes, and I've decided to start back at the beginning because you guys are finally getting back to Aluath, and I was like, I bet a bunch of stuff happened that I kind of forgot about. And so I was just listening to the episode with the Fire Ivy Blight, and you just died on like where I was listening from. I mean, well, I imagine everybody here has heard that episode. So yeah, and I was just like, boy, that thing was really beefed up. I gave it like 20 hit points more than it should have had. But
that thing was murderous.
It was.
Yeah,
it sure was.
It was no
and there was a
joke.
lot of valor from both Knobolas and Agnomeio. Unfortunately, Daffy was constricted the whole time. So,
Magic. Just
but you booted that thing. All right. So, since we're running a bit late, let's just jump right into this. So, all right. When last we left our heroes, they had met a giant owl turned furbolg who seemed to turn the very ground against our heroes by summoning a giant moss blight, then promptly escaping through a subterranean tree within the owlbear cave. After defeating the monster, they recovered the body of a young dead rock gnome, exited the cave, and then raced back to Aluath Harbor. Through a series of efforts made by the group, they were able to quickly get back to town without harassment, other than a couple of guards questioning the time of their travel. As you arrive in Aluath Harbor, it's roughly 5:30 in the morning, and you are greeted by the same two guards that Agnomeio and Daffy met while arriving just days ago. So let me bring us over here. So you guys pull into Aluath Harbor, and you get stopped by a couple of guards that basically guard the entryway into Aluath Harbor. So they say, state your business in Aluath Harbor.
We have come to catch a sheep across the sea.
Well, then you came to the right place. Have you been here before? You guys, actually, sorry. He starts to recognize you when you start to talk, Agnomeio. He says,
"How could he recognize me? I'm wearing a hat and mask this time."
Oh, are you? Because I'm okay playing into that, but I assumed that you had taken it off while you were writing.
Oh, well then, yes, I am not wearing a hat and mask this time.
I'm totally cool with making that like way into a thing. All right, so anyway, so they say, "Oh, hey, Red Sun Inn, what's going on? You coming back, huh?"
Oh, yes, we had a little sojourn, but now we return, and we are so glad to be back here in Aluath Harbor.
He looks and he kind of looks at the carriage. He says, "Where'd you get a carriage from?"
My dear friend Don Elfio lent it to me. We are very close, you see. I will return it to the stables forthwith.
All right. Let's make a persuasion roll.
Okay. Really hope I don't have to kill some guards.
Am I also still in disguise? Because I think that was like one of the last things I did.
I got a 9.
You got a 9. So let's kind of pause to refresh. So, as you guys were racing to here, I probably should have had you tell me, but so you had met up with those guards who you convinced that Knobolas, you are in or were in a disguise. If you are still in the disguise, it would be good to know.
Are these the same guards that we saw on the road?
No, they are not. Sorry, I'm being good. Either I'm all over the place or maybe I'm not being clear. So you guys passed those guards on the road who basically guard it from highwaymen. So you left them a little while ago. You've pulled into Aluath Harbor, but the two guards that are stationed here are the same ones that you saw when you first entered, where you like tossed them a coin because they said that you didn't look like you could afford the Red Sun Inn. So
Gotcha. I'm not in. I took the disguise off.
You took the disguise off. All right. So everybody basically looks like yourselves, except for Agnomeio, who is not wearing his disguise. Okay, so you look.
I am Agnomeio, but not normal.
Okay, fair. All right. So, with a 9, so they're something's fishy about your story. So they start kind of walking around the carriage. They're kind of looking to see what you have in the carriage, and they notice a cape-covered lump kind of in the back of the carriage. And they look down and they say, "What are you transporting?"
Oh, it is a very, very sad story, my friends. You see, we are coming back to Aluath under less than happy circumstances. A family member of good Don Elfio has passed in most horrendous fashion, and it would be, I know he would be so grateful to you if you would let us pass and take the poor whelp to his family. We must be on our way.
Oh, let's make another persuasion roll with disadvantage this time.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Disadvantage.
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Ooh,
Wow.
okay. 15 and an 18. All right. All
right. So with a 15, so he does take a look underneath the cape, and he does see a dead body, which he had met an Elfiel recently, who is a gnome. No, he's an elf, isn't he? I don't recall. Let's just say he's a gnome, because I don't remember. he's your guy. I don't know if you remember.
He's whatever I say he is.
His name is Elfiel, so it makes sense that he'd be a gnome. All right. Anyway, boy, this is going well. Thank you, everybody, for actually continuing to watch this. All right. All right. So they did meet Elfiel a couple of days ago, and they would know that he, he's a man of wealth. Maybe not too many questions need to be asked. So they decide to let you on their way. However, as you are riding past, Carden, the owner of the Golden Forest Stables, actually comes out, and he sees the carriage, and he says, "Oh, so you brought my carriage back. Not sure why you tied bedrolls to the wheels, but otherwise it looks like it's in fine shape."
We had a split wheel on the way, and this was the easiest way to fix it. Don't ask too many questions. You take the carriage back now. Okay, bye.
So the guards kind of eye this whole situation, and they just kind of turn around and ignore you. But Carden, he kind of looks at the wheel underneath the wheel's not split. What? I don't even want to know. Is everything in good shape? The horse has been fed. Everything okay?
Yes, my friend, you have nothing to fear. You have done Agnomeio, whoever I am, a great service. And I wink and I throw him a coin.
Okay. Whatever coin you decide to throw him,
I will throw him a silver piece.
He looks at it, kind of like disgusted. Like he let you borrow
3 silver pieces.
All right. So he takes the 3 silver pieces, puts them in his pocket, and he just kind of looks at you. He's like, "All right, consider my debt paid. What's with the body?"
You do not want to ask too many questions, my friend.
I'm about to jump out of this crate. This friggin' carrot. And
you see my friend, my dark humored friend, he does not like questions, and it would behoove you.
I'm about to intimidate this little guy.
I only want the best for you. I trust me when I say this.
He's more likely just not interested in knowing anything, but he does say, "I don't want to know, but if you need a healer, you can go to the Temple of Eros and find Gonathan."
Oh, right. Well, there we go.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that was an option. But okay, sounds great.
And he turns around and he doesn't turn. He goes over, he collects the horses and the carriage, and he starts walking them back into the Golden Forest Stables.
All right. Now we just have to carry a body through town.
He's pretty dead, isn't he? Okay.
Yeah, but like, if it's worth a shot, I'd rather not tell his parents that that's happened. And
all right, yeah. I guess it's worth it to see a healer. I guess you never know what kind of crazy Harry Potter shit they can do.
So so just a reminder, it's about 5:30 in the morning, so it's still very early. There's really nobody else on the roads. You suspect that maybe either Carden was up early with the horses, or just the noise kind of alerted him to your.
So you're saying it's going to be like a Weekend at Bernie situation with this dead body, and
I'm not saying anything.
I'm going to give him a piggyback ride, and we'll put a hood over him, and just be like, doo-doo-doo.
I feel like this is some bizarro episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
So, all I can say is you know what the situation is. Let me know what you'd like to do.
I'd like to go before his parents, run into his parents. I'd like to maybe try the healer just in case.
Okay. Yeah. Let's run him over there.
Maybe we. I agree. Let's take him to the temple to Eros and see if anybody is up early enough to help him. 5:30 is not that early.
True.
For a healer. For a healer, it's not.
They're probably meditating or something, you know.
Yeah.
They're
All right,
priests.
so-
They gotta get up.
So tell me tell me how you're getting there. Like, what are you doing?
How far away is it, first of all?
So you are, you're
There.
where you are. Basically, this is the Temple of Eros right here. So it's not super far. I mean, at this scale, it's not 5 feet per square, but it's it's probably only like maybe a quarter-mile walk, maybe. Probably not even. So call it like a 5-minute walk.
All right. Well, since it's early, I would assume that there's not too many people on the way, but I say we just walk over there immediately.
Yeah, I think it's good that it's early.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay. So just describe the situation. Are you carrying timber?
Well, I think Knobolas is more than man enough to carry him for us.
So I'm
Do we
carrying
have
him like
a,
on my back. Like, are we like pretending that it's not a body?
We're
Or are we,
pretending
like...
it's like just a sack of potatoes. or
Okay,
something.
I'm carrying the sack of potatoes under my arm.
Yeah, I think we're too far gone to pretend it's not what it is at this point.
We probably shouldn't have told him that it was a body, but you know.
I mean, I didn't. I just decided to just be honest. I'm gonna. We just gotta go for it.
Okay, well, I will still carry him, but with a little more dignity than a sack of potatoes.
Okay.
I'll carry him over my shoulder.
Oh, do
There you
it like in Harry Potter, like when Hagrid has to hold Harry's, like he's pretending to be dead. Remember that? And he cradles him like a
Oh,
Like
baby.
yeah.
swaddling, yeah.
Oh, God, my heartstrings.
I'm just thinking of the Infinite Crisis splash page where Superman's got Supergirl, and he's like,
Oh my
"Ah!"
Yeah.
So does that
Are you-
set the scene enough for you, Bill, with the cradling and the screaming?
It depends. I heard carrying him like a sack of potatoes. I heard
No.
screaming and
Forgot
carrying
the
him.
potatoes idea. I just carry him cradling him.
Yeah,
And
cradle him
just
and
Going over there as quickly as possible so we try to avoid running into any other people.
So you are walking in the open down the street carrying a dead child.
No, let's go through the alley. Let's
No,
get
I-
through
yeah,
the
let's go
alley.
back
I'm not
behind.
suggesting. I'm considering.
No,
what
I'm
you're
I'm
trying to do.
looking. There's a nice little space right there where that oak
Like
tree
right here?
is, and
Yeah.
behind the drunken seal. I say we try to go in that way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
through
I like that idea.
by the
And if
flying
there's
buttresses.
if there is a lock, Alessio can pick that shit.
We're just breaking into the church. Just like we just bust on and like heal this boy.
We got a dead body. Heal this kid.
All right. So just because I want to know what I'm still trying to figure out how you are trying. Are you being stealthy? Are you walking plain? Are you trying to avoid people? Are you trying
We're
to look
definitely-
nonchalant? What are you
We're
doing?
definitely trying to avoid people. We don't want to alert anyone in the town and get the message back to Twerk Brand's parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're being stealthy enough, like we're being quick and we're quickly
Okay.
darting off the main road, I
Just
think.
So
Sweet.
I would like everybody to roll a stealth check. We're gonna do a group stealth check.
Oh boy,
Oh,
I'm
boy.
bad at those.
Here we go, baby. Give me the stealthiness. That's not good.
Good job, Rogue.
Yeah, seriously. The rogue rolls a 3.
Holy crap! You rolled a 3 and you still got a 10. You rolled. Let's see. So Alessio rolled a 10. Anomio rolled a 6. Knobolas rolled a 14, and Daffy rolled an 18.
Stealth
so
AF.
Also, I'm
you
carrying
had
a body with me, so like I'm a little, get some leeway.
That's
there.
okay. Yeah, that's all right. I think you're strong enough. Like he's not weighing you down. It's just this is a thing. So
Obviously.
with a group check like that, I would say that you guys actually are able, because it's still so early in the morning, and you're not like, you don't look like you're covered in blood or anything like that. You are able to make it to the Temple of Eros, no problem.
Nice.
So let me put you over here.
Whoa.
So I know you went behind, but just because. Okay, so you've made it to the Temple of Eros.